Good morning and happy Monday. I'm Paolo del Rosario. Welcome to WeatherHQ. Today's headlines. Today is the deadline to complete the mandatory evacuation of residents residing in Mount Kanlaon's permanent danger zone. Task Force Kanlaon says the order comes in the wake of increased volcanic activity to protect residents from potential hazards. The world's largest solar battery storage facility project is underway here in the country. We'll speak with MGen President and CEO Emmanuel Rubio later on in the show. And 14 people are killed after tropical Cyclone Chido battered the French archipelago of Mayotte Island. More on our global weather. Well, let's take a look at the local weather systems affecting the country today. Pag-asa says 3 dominant weather systems will bring rains to our country. First is the northeast monsoon affecting the northern and central parts of Luzon, as you can see over here. Now, the second one is the shear line affecting the eastern and southern Luzon. And lastly, the intertropical convergence zone, or the ITCZ, affecting Mindanao. Now, because of the northeast monsoon, you can expect cloudy skies with rain showers that are expected to prevail in Cagayan Valley, Cordillera Administrative Region, and Aurora, while partly cloudy skies with isolated light rains are expected over in Metro Manila and the rest of central and northern Luzon. Now, for southern Luzon, the shear line will bring cloudy skies with scattered rain showers and thunderstorms over the Bicol region, Quezon, Marinduque, and Oriental Mindoro. In eastern Visayas, central Visayas, and northern Visayas, northern Mindanao, Soxaragen, Caraga, and the Davao region, cloudy skies with scattered rains and thunderstorms are expected due to the ITCZ. Now, for the rest of the Visayas, you can expect partly cloudy skies with isolated rain showers expected from the localized thunderstorms. Now, let's see if any of these weather systems are affecting our sea conditions. Now, due to the strong to gale force winds brought about by northeast monsoon, a gale warning has been issued for the northern, western, and eastern coastlines of northern Luzon. Now, this is going to be particularly true in the Batanes, Cagayan areas, including the Babuyan Islands, Isabela, the northern and western shores of Ilocos Norte, Ilocos Sur, La Union, and Pangasinan. Now, these coastal areas will encounter rough to very rough sea conditions, so our seafarers are advised not to go out to sea at the meantime, as maritime travel is considered hazardous for today. Now, let's take a look at the weather conditions and expected temperatures in selected cities and provinces in Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao based on the Metro weather system. Let's start off first in northern Luzon. Now, you can expect partly cloudy skies with temperatures of around 24 degrees Celsius in Basco, while in Taguegarao, cloudy skies with temperatures of up to 26 degrees are expected. So here's Basco and here's Taguegarao. Now, in Baguio and Apari, you can expect cloudy skies with rain showers expected to prevail, while the temperatures in Baguio will reach up to 23 degrees Celsius, while 26 degrees will be the highest possible in Apari. So very cool in these areas in northern Luzon. However, we go to the sunny areas, so the sunny weather is expected to be in Lawag, Vigan, and Dagupan. Now, despite the presence of the northeast monsoon. Now, because of that, the temperature will raise up to 31 degrees Celsius, so make sure you plan for those weather conditions in particular. Now, let's go down south to central Luzon, where you can expect cloudy weather conditions in Casiguran, Tarlac, Angeles, Subic Bay, and Mariveles. Now, temperatures in these areas will range from around 23 to 31 degrees Celsius. Cloudy weather with a high chance of rain showers expected in Gapan, Iba, and Metro Manila. The temperature in Iba could reach up to 31 degrees Celsius, while in Gapan, it will be around 27 degrees Celsius. However, Metro Manila will still have some of the hottest weather in the area with around 28 degrees Celsius. Still, by Metro Manila standards, pretty cool. Subic, of course, having the distinction, as well as Tarlac having the distinction of some of the hotter areas. Now, let's go down south to southern Luzon. Due to the shear line, cloudy skies with rain showers are expected, particularly in Coron, Puerto Galera, Romblon, Sorsogon, Virac, Daet, and Legazpi. Now, the highest temperature in this area is going to be around 31 degrees Celsius, and that will be over in Coron. While the lowest possible temperature will be 24 degrees Celsius, and that will be in Virac, Sorsogon, and Romblon. Of course, we actually have Tagaytay on this as well. 23 degrees Celsius is going to be the lowest in that area when you consider that as well. Now, going on to Visayas, now the whole region will experience cloudy skies and rain showers. Light rains are expected over in Bacolod, where we also see the rest of the areas here, particularly in Iloilo, Boracay, Metro Cebu, Tacloban, Catarman, and Tagbilaran, and Dumaguete. Residents should prepare for light to moderate rains, with temperatures reaching up to 31 degrees Celsius. So that's what you can expect here with Bacolod, the only place only having cloudy weather. Everywhere else, not quite as lucky with regard to the dryness of the weather. Now, moving on to Mindanao, the ITCZ will bring cloudy weather with high chance of rains in Marawi, Cagayan de Oro, Butuan, and General Santos. Cloudy skies with sudden light rains are expected to prevail in Zamboanga, Dipolog, and Metro Davao. Temperature in Zamboanga and Dipolog may reach up to 34 degrees Celsius. As typical, this is normally the hottest areas in Mindanao, while Metro Davao will have around 31 degrees Celsius, quite hot there. Same as in General Santos, despite the wet weather expected in General Santos. Now, let's check out the latest here, rather the 3-day weather forecast in another work week. To see if the weather is suitable for our plans this week, let's check out the 3-day weather forecast based on the Metro weather system. Moving on first to Metro Manila. Expect partly cloudy skies tomorrow, but be ready for rainy weather come Wednesday. Thursday, we should experience cloudy weather, cloudy conditions with possibility of sudden light rains anticipated. Tomorrow, though, temperatures could reach as high as 29 degrees Celsius. Again, quite cool December weather there. While on Wednesday and Thursday, the maximum temperature could be around 30 degrees Celsius. Of course, I say cool via Metro Manila standards. Moving down south to the Queen City of the South, Metro Cebu. Now, over the next 3 days, residents can anticipate predominantly cloudy skies as the weather patterns shift in the region. Tomorrow, there is a chance of sudden isolated light rain showers, providing a brief respite from the humidity. However, as we progress into Wednesday and Thursday, moderate to heavy rainfall is expected, possibly leading to a wetter atmosphere across the area. As for temperatures, they are projected to reach a temperature of around 30 degrees Celsius tomorrow, all through Wednesday. Thursday, conditions will warm slightly, with temperatures climbing to around 31 degrees Celsius. Now, moving on to Metro Davao, the Intertropical Convergence Zone, or ITCZ, is anticipated to bring extended periods of cloudy skies, accompanied by scattered rain showers over the next 3 days. Tomorrow, temperatures are expected to reach a maximum of 30 degrees Celsius, while Wednesday and Thursday may see temperatures rise to around 32 degrees Celsius there. Now, given the forecasted rainfall, there is a heightened risk of flash floods and landslides in the area. Residents are strongly advised to remain vigilant and take precautionary measures. It's crucial to stay informed by listening to the updates from local authorities, as they will provide guidance and necessary steps to ensure safety during the weather event. So please prioritize safety and be prepared for any sudden changes in the conditions. Now, when we return, I'll speak with MGen President and CEO Emmanuel Rubio. Stay tuned. You're watching WeatherHQ.
This is The Scorecard,
where you score the latest sports news
and in-depth views. I'm Anton Rojas.
I'm Erica Christensen.
Get ready. Be prepared. Get to the latest stories, updates, and reports about what's happening in the world of sports. Hosted by Anton Rojas, Erica Christensen.
Where sports is our business and business is our sport.
The Scorecard, 9:30 p.m. on BNC, the Bilyonaryo News Channel.
Magandang araw, Pilipinas!
Sa bawat issue may iba't ibang anggulo. Sa bawat storya may iba't ibang kwento.
Himayin natin ang bawat sulok at bawat kanto mula sa iba't ibang perspektibo na madaling maintindihan ng karaniwang mamamayan.
Every Saturday na mga magdadag to 11:30 a.m. Kaya huwag kayong papahuli mga kababayan. Manatiling may pakialam sa mga issue sa ating bansa. Kaya samahan niyo kami dito lang sa Cuatro Cantos!
Good morning, I'm Mikey Oreta, and you're watching Basis Points, where we dive deep into the numbers and the stories that drive our economy and shape our world.
Stay ahead of the curve with the latest on financial dynamics.
The Philippines' trade deficit hits its highest level in over 2 years. The Philippine stock market continues to plummet. The Philippine Economic Zone Authority is on track.
Join us as we delve into the evolving economic landscape. Mikey Oreta, Basis Points, 9:30 a.m. Only on BNC, the Bilyonaryo News Channel.
Welcome back. You're still watching WeatherHQ. I'm Paolo del Rosario. Last month, President Bongbong Marcos led the groundbreaking of the Meralco Terrace Solar Project, considered as the largest integrated solar and battery storage facility in the world. To get an update on this, joining us via Zoom is Meralco Power Generation, or MGen President and Chief Executive Officer, Emmanuel Rubio. Good morning. Thank you very much for joining us.
Good morning, Paolo. Good morning. Glad to be here.
Sir, we're saying that this is the biggest in the world. Can you please tell our viewers just how big this is actually in terms of scale and, of course, in terms of power generation?
Yep. Thank you. Well, first, I'd like to give a description of the project. It's a solar project integrated with an energy storage, batteries. In this case, it's lithium-ion batteries, to provide 850 megawatts of mid-merit supply to the grid. We will be supplying power from 8 in the morning to 9 in the evening. So given the scale, we will be putting up 3,500 megawatts of batteries and 3,500 megawatts of solar PV panels, and then 4,500 megawatt hours of battery. It will require land, huge land. No? In fact, we will be building this in the provinces of Nueva Ecija and Bulacan, the size of which is almost equivalent to Pasig. You know? So you can just imagine the scale, and almost we're saying that probably even visible in space, given the size of the solar panels and the area where we're going to put this in.
Sir, now, for a lot of people will be wondering about the benefits of this. Of course, there will be a direct benefit in terms of the energy produced. But then, can you tell us a bit about the jobs that will actually be produced by this project, not just in the construction, but of course in the actual running of this farm?
Yeah, good question, Paolo. Well, I guess most of the need for labor, particularly local labor, will be during the construction. We're expecting that during the construction, we'll be employing at least 10,000 people in building the solar facilities. When it runs, well, it's going to be mainly for maintenance, but again, mostly sourced from the local communities of Gapan, Peñaranda, Nueva Ecija, and San Miguel, Bulacan. But yes, this is going to change the landscape of the community, given that we're looking at a 2-year construction period in total. In fact, the first phase will be completed by February 2026, and then the second phase by February of 2027. So within those 2 years, there's going to be significant employment within the community. And in fact, we are now working with TESDA to build and develop a training program to make sure that we upskill the people that live within these communities.
Sir, we're seeing a lot of footage right now from the groundbreaking, of course. A lot expected from this, a collaboration with the government as well. Do we have a timeline on when this project will be completed? And of course, pag-usapan din natin yung cost nito in terms of it being cost efficient for Meralco in general. And of course, when can you guys expect a return of investment?
Yeah, well, we started already. In fact, we have already signed the contracts for the engineering, procurement, and construction entities. We've divided the whole site into two. We call it East and West. It was awarded to Energy China, and the West awarded to Power China. Both entities are very capable and has a long track record of building projects of significant projects such as this one. We expect the first phase to deliver 600 megawatts of mid-merit, no, or close to 2,500 megawatt peak of capacity by February 2026. And then the balance will have to be delivered in February 2027.
Are there any plans to replicate this project in other parts of the country? I know this is the first of this type of this scale, but are you already looking for other options in other locations?
Yeah, I think part of the significance of this project proves that a combination of a variable renewable energy, in this case solar panels, and integrated with an energy storage with a lithium-ion battery, is now proving that this is actually as competitive, no, as a fossil fuel plant, no, which used to be the only source for mid-merit for long duration service to provide energy. And with that, it's a shift towards cleaner energy. It's a contribution to the Philippines' ambition of actually having 35% renewable energy in our portfolio by 2030. And this is leading actually the business model towards how to provide mid-merit moving forward. So with that, yes, we're looking at probably a Terra Solar 2, although in a smaller scale, probably not to deliver 850 megawatts, but anywhere between 400 to 500 megawatts of mid-merit. And we're now looking at land banking, and we'll probably be able to disclose this when we have significant tracts of land already identified for this project by middle of next year.
Sir Manuel, of course, we have to also acknowledge the fact that napaka-timely po ito considering the weather events the Philippines has gone through in the past few months, especially with a lot of it being attributed to climate change. In terms of the impact to the community, in terms of the impact to the actual fight against climate change, gaano ka-importante to be able to show that there is a proper business solution, a proper solution from an energy provider, and a proper solution from a major player such as Meralco to be a part of the fight against climate change, especially with renewable energy being still a question mark for a lot of players all over the world.
Exactly, Paolo. In fact, when I mentioned that this is now this has proven that it is a competitive option to fossil fuel, this will actually displace 4.3 million tons of carbon dioxide emission in a year, which is roughly the equivalent of about 3 million cars, you know, that you take out 3 million cars off the road. And this will provide clean energy to about 2.7 million households, no? Which is about 60% of the total households in Metro Manila. So yes, I think this is actually really leading the way towards a cleaner future.
Well, sir, you mentioned taking away 3 million cars. We wish you could do that for the traffic here in Metro Manila, but I don't think that's under any of our purviews. We really appreciate the time and the insights that you gave, sir. Really hope that we can talk to you again soon as this project develops. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
That was MGEM President and Chief Executive Officer Emmanuel Rubio. Now, global weather is up next. Keep it here. You're still watching BNC, the Bilyonaryo News Channel.
It has no authorization.
We hope and pray that it will not.
Thanks for having me here.
An orchestrated
By myself, basically.
We always say that.
It depends.
A well-concerted effort.
Perhaps I can reiterate.
My greatest beefsteak. Iba na iba pala yun. The latest news, national issues, the political scene, and conversations with prominent personalities. All these firsthand at the forefront.
It's still continuing with hearings on the EJ.
But we can recommend the filing of cases with the proper offices or agencies.
It is always victimizing the poor. So we will continue to go against corruption in the budget.
At the forefront with attorney Karen Jimeno, 8 a.m. Bawat anggulo ng bawat issue.
9 out of 10 Filipinos ang nais na mapanagot ang mga corrupt officials.
Bawat detalye ng mga napapanahong pangyayari.
September 23 nang simulan ng Israel ang air attacks sa Lebanon.
Tuloy-tuloy na ihahati hanggang Sabado at Linggo. Weekend Agenda. Sabado at Linggo, 5:30 p.m. sa BNC, the Bilyonaryo News Channel.
Good morning, everyone!
A platter of positivity, a cup of the hottest information, and a slice of what to expect for the whole day. With excitement, positivity, and fun. Join Paolo del Rosario, and Asis Carrillo, and Monique Tuzon. 7 a.m. on BNC, the Bilyonaryo News Channel.
Welcome back. You're still watching WeatherHQ. I'm Paolo del Rosario. Let's take a look at the global weather. 14 people are killed after tropical Cyclone Chido battered Mayotte Island in the French archipelago. Hospitals, schools, and several houses were devastated. A lockdown was ordered for Mayotte's 320,000 residents. Chido approached with gusts reaching at least 226 kilometers per hour. The storm caused extensive damage and knocking down electricity poles, uprooting trees, and tearing roofs off improvised structures that house about 1/3 of the population. Communication from the island is limited as many residents are without water and electricity. Prefect Francois Xavier Bieuville warned that the death toll could reach several hundred or even 1,000. Rescue efforts are underway and air and sea supplies are being rushed in despite damage to airports. After Cyclone Chido impacted Mayotte Island, it made landfall south of Pemba in Mozambique, causing damage to buildings, power outages in Nampula and Cabo Delgado, as well as flooding. On Sunday afternoon, Cyclone Chido weakened over Niassa, with UNICEF reporting damaged homes, schools, and health facilities. Experts connected the cyclone to climate change, citing warmer Indian Ocean waters as a factor. The United Nations warned that 1.7 million people are at risk, with heavy rainfall expected in Malawi, Zimbabwe, and Zambia. Malawi and Zimbabwe prepared for potential flooding, advising residents to be ready for evacuation. Now, a sandstorm and dust storm hit southwestern Iran, causing the closure of schools and public buildings and flight cancellations due to low visibility. A thick yellow fog affected the oil-rich province of Khuzestan and Bushehr, with visibility reduced to just 330 feet in some areas. In Abadan, the air quality was deemed hazardous, exceeding safe pollution levels by over 25 times. The storm originated from neighboring Iraq, and another dust storm impacted the southeastern city of Zabul. Dust storms have become more frequent and intense in the region, attributed to overgrazing, drought, deforestation, and overuse of river water. In September 2023, these storms resulted in at least 3 fatalities and over 1,300 medical cases in Sistan, Baluchistan province. Over in San Francisco, residents were awakened early Saturday by a tornado warning as a powerful storm system brought heavy rain and strong winds to the region. Strong winds and rains in San Francisco, according to the National Weather Service, issued the warning for northern San Mateo County and parts of downtown San Francisco shortly before 6 a.m., effective for 15 minutes. Although the storm's strongest effects had passed, isolated severe thunderstorms remain possible throughout the morning. The storm resulted in power outages for thousands throughout the Bay Area, including a citywide outage in Novato. High winds also caused a full closure of Interstate 580 due to a multiple vehicle collision involving a big rig. By Saturday afternoon, a tornado touched down in Scotts Valley, Santa Cruz County. Initially reported as a multi-vehicle accident, witnesses later confirmed a tornado had occurred with multiple cars being thrown off the road. The National Weather Service confirmed the tornado based on the video footage, photographs, and first-hand accounts and radar signatures. And that's WeatherHQ for this Monday. Join me again tomorrow, whatever the weather, only here on BNC, the Bilyonaryo News Channel. Have a great morning. I'm Paolo del Rosario.